This boy has perfectly normal arms and legs, but his mom still carries him on her back. She even plans to carry him as he grows up. One day, she goes to buy some meat. The vendor casually asks her, "Does your kid have some kind of illness?" The mom feels uncomfortable hearing that. The vendor quickly explains, "I didn't mean it like that. I just think it's unusual for a kid that big to still be carried." The vendor points to a mirror nearby and says, "Look at you carrying him like this. He gets tired, and you get tired too. If he isn't disabled, you need to learn to let go." But no one knows what they've been through. The boy is only 6, but they've already moved many times. Every time they arrive somewhere new, his mom checks the place first to make sure it's safe. Only then does she finally go inside. The boy is very obedient, but his mom never dares to take her eyes off him. The smallest sound makes her tense up immediately. Whenever she senses something is wrong, she presses her foot down on a stool to keep it from moving. The boy doesn't know he's different from other kids, but this time, his mom seems to make up her mind. This time, she rents a big house. She quickly sets everything up inside. She wants to train her son to live like a normal kid. She ties a rope around his head and pulls him along to practice walking. But as he walks, he suddenly starts floating. After failing again and again, the mom feels crushed, but she chose to have this child, so she has to face reality. She keeps encouraging him. "Today you walked 20 more steps than yesterday." The boy gets excited, and his body loses control again. Even his mom starts floating up with him. A few years pass, and the boy can walk normally now, but because of his genetics, he's obsessed with Superman shows. He even thinks he's Superman himself. He puts on a Superman-style outfit. He shouts a catchphrase like he's on TV. The kids in the audience start cheering and laughing. The next second, he jumps right off, and he lands perfectly. All the kids instantly become his fans. That night, a boy who got shown up feels jealous. He climbs up to the highest spot to copy him, and the outcome is exactly what you'd expect. Soon, the mom gets called to the school. Even though that boy was the one showing off, everyone blames her son for it. Not long after that, they move again, and the mom opens a fried pork cutlet shop, but she has another reason for doing it. This boy has a routine every morning before school. His mom stuffs his backpack with insanely heavy metal plates. He also straps thick, heavy sandbags around his ankles. Once he gets to school, he drinks a huge bottle of water every hour. A curious girl live streams him and asks, "Why do you drink so much water every day?" The boy seriously explains the reason. The girl next to him looks completely confused, but he isn't lying. The physical problem he's talking about only happens to him. At night, he clips his blanket down to the edge of the bed. It's not because he doesn't know how to use a blanket. You can tell from the way his room is specially set up. He's not like other people. What wakes him up every day isn't an alarm clock. It's the nourishing soup his mom brings him. He can't get too happy, and he can't get too excited. If he does, something bad will happen. He might lose control and start floating. One day, he runs into an awkward situation. He's riding the bus. The girl in front of him doesn't have enough money on her transit card. The driver tells her to go reload it first. The boy immediately pays her fare for her. To thank him, the girl offers to carry his backpack. But the moment she lifts it, she freezes, because the weight is absolutely insane. The boy doesn't explain anything. His mind is already a mess. The girl is really pretty, and the boy starts losing control. His body slowly begins to lift off the ground. He usually repeats his mantra silently in his head, but now he can't help whispering it out loud. He reminds himself not to think too much. Suddenly, the bus hits a bump. He slams into the window. That's what snaps him back to reality. Turns out, the girl is the new transfer student. Her name is Amy, and Amy's arrival is about to throw the entire school into chaos. Jack seems to fall for Amy at first sight. He can't stop focusing on her, but when Amy looks back at him, he panics and immediately looks away. His heart starts racing. He can feel himself about to float again. He grabs onto his desk in a panic. Then he keeps repeating the mantra, trying to calm himself down as fast as possible, but he has no idea that Amy didn't transfer here by accident. She's not a normal girl either. After school, Amy goes to wash her face. When she comes out, she runs into Jack again. This time, Jack knows what to do. He grabs onto a nearby pillar first. Then he casually says, "I'm on duty today, checking to make sure everyone has left the classroom." As they walk out, the security guard at the entrance glances at them. It's like he already knows how their story is going to end. This boy has to weigh himself every day after school. The moment his weight drops even slightly, his mother triples his food portions. He knows his mother is doing this for his own good. Eating isn't the ultimate goal. Gaining weight is what really matters. Year after year, he's managed to stay under the radar at school. But then one day, a transfer student arrives and completely shatters his peaceful life. The next day, it happens to be raining. The girl notices a strange smell coming from herself. Right then, the class monitor turns around and stares at her. The girl asks if there's a smell. The monitor nods. After class, she immediately finds Jack. Since the two of them met on the bus yesterday, the girl asks to borrow one of his shirts. Jack tells her his clothes are pretty big. The girl immediately starts acting cute with him. And acting cute is Jack's biggest weakness. He pulls out one of his shirts from his locker. He wants to smell it first to check for any odor before giving it to her, but the girl doesn't care at all. She just snatches it away. While the girl is changing, Jack immediately starts chugging water, afraid he won't be able to control himself in a moment. The girl is curious why there are letters embroidered on the shirt. Jack explains that's his name. The girl can't help but laugh at him. him. Is he afraid someone's going to steal his clothes? Jack tells her the school doesn't have ID badges, so they require everyone to embroider their name on their clothes. Officially, it's to prevent lost clothing, but neither of them knows yet just how strange the school really is. Before the girl even returns, the teacher has already received instructions to have the class monitor get close to Jack. The monitor wants to ask something, but in the end, he doesn't say it. Now watching Amy constantly hanging around Jack, he feels really uncomfortable inside. Not sure if it's because he feels like he's letting the teacher down. After class, the teacher finds him again, tells him to go turn on the ventilation fans on the second floor of the gym, says it's to let in some fresh air. But really, the teacher is creating another opportunity for him. He makes his way to the circuit breaker on the second floor, flips the switch for the ventilation fans, after completing the task the teacher assigned. Sure enough, he sees Amy arrive at the gym to work out. He plans to just watch for a moment and leave, but unexpectedly, Amy starts changing right then and there. He's so startled he immediately crouches down. He knows he must wait until Amy finishes working out before he can leave. 2 hours have already passed, but Amy shows no sign of heading back. The monitor just keeps watching her silently like this, right as she jumps again. Though she performs well, she accidentally twists her ankle on the landing. The monitor immediately rushes downstairs. Right then, Jack walks in too. Seeing Amy fall, Jack panics. His whole body lifts off the ground, but since he's never practiced flying, he crashes down right next to Amy. Hearing the commotion, the monitor can't believe it. How did he never notice Jack's abnormality? This woman is determined to help her son gain weight. Every day she makes him all kinds of nutrient-rich foods. Suddenly she hears a noise outside. Thinking it must be her son coming home at this hour, she sees what's in front of her. Mom freezes, completely stunned. The girl explains that she's Jack's friend. Mom blankly mutters 4 words, "You're a girl." The girl says, "Yeah, a girlfriend." That's when it finally clicks for Mom. She excitedly rushes forward to welcome her son's friend. Truth is, Amy hadn't planned on coming to Jack's house. Just 10 minutes earlier, Jack wanted to grab some snacks from his backpack for Amy, but the band-aid on his arm wasn't stuck on properly. Amy just lightly pressed on it. That one touch sent Jack's heart racing. His body started floating up involuntarily. Amy, standing nearby, was completely stunned. How is a 200-pound guy floating in midair? Though curious, she wasn't scared. Watching Jack yelling for his backpack, Amy tried to help him get it, but the backpack was too heavy, so she tried to pull Jack down, but couldn't reach him. Then she found a box, took 2 steps back, then sprinted and jumped, grabbed onto Jack's leg, and pulled Jack back down. The first thing Jack did was look for his backpack, afraid Jack would float up again. Amy wrapped her arms around him, but Amy didn't know that the more she held him, the more he lost control. The moment Amy let go, he floated up again. They had no idea there was a security camera above them. Strangely, the school security guard looked completely unfazed, as if all of this was expected. The whole way home, Jack would start floating every 2 steps. Thank God Amy kept holding onto him. Otherwise he would have been airborne long ago. This is the first time Jack's ever brought a girl home. Though she has no idea why her son would bring a girl home, Mom still warmly welcomes her. Even though the shop is really busy, Mom still tells her son to take Amy upstairs to the living room, dry off with a towel so she doesn't catch a cold. Actually, Mom isn't worried at all about what might happen upstairs, but her son takes the girl into his bedroom. A strange foam ceiling and a strange bed. Jack just wants to tell Amy his extraordinary secret, but there's one thing Amy can't figure out. When exactly does he start floating? So Amy runs an experiment. She suddenly moves close to Jack. Instantly Jack shoots up to the ceiling. The loud crash leaves the customers downstairs confused. Mom quickly explains they're moving furniture upstairs. Poor Jack is stuck to the ceiling.